of the public. You can't think of the nerd culture. The reason the original Spider-Man works so well, and they talk about this in the Spider-Man Minute all the time, is because they made a Spider-Man movie based on what the public they wanted the public to see, not what nerds to see. That's two completely different things.
That's what kind of sank Superman Returns, because they made it based off of the original films and the comic book nerds threw a hissy fit.
Exactly. And the problem is, like, I really enjoy Homecoming. I think Homecoming is a fantastic movie.
It's basically if John Hughes did a superhero movie.
That's exactly what it is. And I have
actually, both that and Power Rangers would be if what happened.
Power Rangers was so much better than people give it credit for. It's almost a shame that it didn't make enough money in the theaters.
Actually, I thought it did incredible in theaters.
Depends on people's point of view.
Yeah.
I've actually heard people say that did not make enough money to warrant a sequel, even though they're planning a sequel.
What? They're not planning?
They are planning a sequel, but people are saying it didn't make enough money to warrant it. I'm like, how do you figure?
I think it was because combine the box office.
Came out. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
What did you expect? It came out the week after Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
The biggest movies of the year. How did you expect the Power Rangers to do well against that? I'm just being honest here.
Yeah.
I'm talking about movies, so I can say that.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to say, I think the reason a lot of people say it sucks is because they figure Power Rangers equals hokey and basically like the original series. For a series where, let's be honest...
And I love the original Power Rangers show.
I love it too, but let's be honest...
It's hokey. It's totally hokey.
But I think
the new series is still hokey, too.
And it's part of the charm, I think.
Yeah, and the new series, CJ watches Into Steel, and it's still hokey.
Yeah.
It's still silly, but it's still fun.
But here they had to try and balance that with actually making a...
good movie?
Making a movie on par with, like, the Marvel films and that.
Yeah, I thought they did a great job. And talk about diverse. You know what I mean? In that movie, talk about diverse.
But then, like I said, they also had the screenwriter for Real Steel, so...
Yeah, but I could talk about diverse in the Power Rangers movie.
But the thing with
they did the black thing, but they switched it up.
It's a combination of the comic book nerds and the social justice warriors who want diversity in everything.
Well, they're right.
Not because it would serve the story, but for diversity's sake.
Dude, there are people that complained in Beauty and the Beast, and this is the truth. You know how? I mean, you haven't seen the live action movie yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you should. It's very good. But anyway, I give them credit for a very good movie. They actually tied in some loopholes from the cartoon. But anyway, if I told you.
Yeah.
That there would be a gay character in Beauty and the Beast without knowing anything about the live-action movie, who would it be?
Part of me wants to say Cogsworth.
No. Well, go back to the original cartoon movie.
I know.
Who do you think, based on the cartoon movie, would be a gay character in that movie in the 90s? It's obvious to me. LeFou. LeFou is gay in the new movie.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
People had an issue with this.
Yeah.
It's the same character from the 90s! There's nothing different!
They're just making it explicit here!
It's literally, there is nothing different. If you go by the script, based on the 1991 movie, and the live action, LeFou is the exact same character, except they add a couple of lines here, they add a little detail to Gaston to explain why everyone's singing along with it. Like, I'm not going to even get away. In Gaston, he's actually paying people to sing with them.
Yeah.
Like, that's a little detail I enjoyed.
Yeah.
I like that detail. They're not threatening. They're paying them to sing with him to sing with Gaston. I like that detail.
Yeah.
But, like, they do a little more with his obsession with Gaston. I like that. But then they have him dancing with a man at the end of the movie. Literally dancing with him like a couple. Like they just met and they're on a date. That's what it looked like. That's all it was to me. And people do a big fucking shit about it. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You're shocked LeFou is gay? LeFou! Come on!
That's like being shocked that Jack on Will and Grace is gay.
Exactly! I don't understand. It's the same character. I don't understand.
The man is so flaming you could light a cigarette off of him.
But like, it's the same exact character in the 1991 movie. There's no difference.
Yeah.
Except in the 90s, they couldn't be open about it because it was the 90s. Now in 2017, you can be open about it. I don't understand.
Yeah, and the thing is that the comic book nerds think that they rule everything and that everything must be geared toward them.
Also, the MCU is, though, isn't it? Is that what the MCU
it's basically filled with nods for them, but overall it's also geared toward the public as well.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the MCU movies for that reason.
But from what I hear,
completely off track. Continue.
Now,
we'll come back. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. As of now, from what I've read, the Dark Tower movie is bombed. And from what I hear, the reason why is that they tried to make it an action film, but also appeal to the fans. Unfortunately, from what I hear from a lot of people, they pretty much left the general public out of it. So basically, if you're not really familiar with the books, you'll be freaking lost.
You know, there's an article. Thanks for reminding me. There's an article I read right before we came up here. Well, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Is Star Wars
now
more fan-driven because fans are making the movies.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because J.J. Abrams is doing Episode 9 now again.
I don't
because
think...
I know J.J. Abrams is a huge Star Wars fan. And he made Episode 7.
I don't think so because now they're complaining that The Force Awakens was just simply a remake of the original
I know, but
film.
I'm just saying, with the article I read this morning.
But yeah, I don't think so because of the fans were making it. There'd be a hard R movie with lots of dark and gritty stuff and that.
Valid point.
And they pretty much forget the fact that it was made for families to enjoy.
It was made to be a kids film that families could watch. That's what the point of the original Star Wars. That's the original trilogy was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And Empire got dark, but that was the point.
But of course, everybody thinks that every movie sucks except Empire because it's dark and gritty.
I love Empire. I love Empire.
Dark and gritty. Not everything needs to be dark and gritty. Man of Steel basically proved that not everything needs to be dark and gritty. Batman vs. Superman failed because it was entirely dark and gritty and had absolutely no humor.
Is that why Wonder Woman is succeeding? Because it isn't dark and gritty?
Yeah,
okay.
because they finally...
Out there. Yeah, God.
From what I've seen, that it's actually a bit lighter than Batman vs. Superman. Then again, compared to Batman vs. Superman, The Shining is lighter and softer.
I'm going to say right now to people, I will be seeing Wonder Woman soon. I do want to see Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I will probably not be seeing Justice League. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I probably won't be seeing Justice League.
At least until it hits Blu-ray.
Maybe if that hashtag not my flash, that is my stance on that movie. That's my point.
Yeah.
We have to take it back to this movie because we have a guest on our next minute.
Sorry.
It's okay. It happened. I had a feeling that was going to happen the minute we got on the subject matter.
I'm sorry. It's just with me, not everything needs to be dark and gritty. I'm sorry. I know everybody says, well, dark and gritty is realistic. No, it's not. It's just basically being depressing for depression's sake.
There's realistic, and then there's that. We can do this rant all night.
I'm
and
sorry.
if we didn't have a guest coming on our next minute, we can keep going.
And I'm sorry. It just pisses me off when people do that.
That is just fine. Like I said, we can do this all night, and we have a guest coming on in a little while. I want to get through this minute. Right. Anyway, back to where how the hell did we get here? Oh, we're talking about R, and you said kids, and that's how we got here. Yeah. Okay, that's how we got here. I was like, how did we get here?
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, back to what we were talking about. Dante was joking about Veronica about having sex behind the counter. That's where we were. Yeah. Okay. And then we started our first conversation about sex in this movie. Yeah. And don't
worry, there's going to be a lot more to come. No pun intended.
To summarize where we are here so far, Veronica pretty much said that the male point of view is that there are gods in the bedroom. And Dante was starting to go off on this whole tangent on how it's actually hard to make a woman come to the man. That is actually where we are in the conversation.
Okay, I will admit I have no experience in this, but from everything I've read and or seen, he has a point.
As a married man, I'm going to try to tiptoe around this the best I possibly can, but fuck it. In all seriousness, it's a common fact. This is all actually common fact, common knowledge that a male comes faster. It's the fact. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's not. It's not a. Let's see. What's we're looking for here? I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but
it's common knowledge.
Common knowledge. That was more something else, but based on science, pretty much in this case. Science. Science. I was about to make a Bill Nye reference, but I'm going to go back over here because I can go off on that too in a little while. There's another great Netflix show. Yeah. But anyway, based on scientific fact here. So this is not lying, but I love the fact that we're in a movie and we're openly talking about this. Like, it's an open conversation, and it's not deemed as weird. Yeah. Like, we're openly talking about this.
What society is this? Because I'd like to go there.
Like, seriously, who the hell has conversations like this? And I love the fact that Kevin
Smith.
Well, apparently, conversations in this movie were based on what he did in real life.
So apparently New Jersey is this sort of, magical place where people could talk about sex in public.
I had open conversations with my friends all the time. This is nothing new to me. It's nothing abnormal to me. By the way, I'd like to make
in the happy land of Hoboken.
I'd like to make a note. I'm just trying to figure out. There's no color on that bottle. Maybe I can see it later. Yeah. But no, this is where we are. That's where we're going to end that because we're going to have a guest in our next show, and we'll let him talk about it more. He's not married.
I apologize for the tangent.
It's all good. That's what we do, and that's kind of part of the format. And it gave us a lot of content. It's probably our longest episode we've done, and it's not a bad thing. Definitely not a bad thing. So, real quick plugs. We'll do more on Friday because I have a lot more I want to discuss it on the plug side. But Twitter, Facebook. We have a community over there to chat about things. Talk about this to us. Why the hell not? At Clerks Minute on Twitter. And one more thing with the t-shirts. Go get a t-shirt. tpublic.com. Look up the Blankets Now show. You'll find our Clerks Minute shirts there. So, that being said, we'll be back on Friday with a guest. Thank you all for joining us here today. I'm Blake.
I'm Kyle.
And you've been listening to Clerks Minute. Have a good day, everyone.
Why, want to have sex or something?
Smoking weed, doing coke, drinking beers,